Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again on this Monday. Hey, just real quick before I get into the video, though, I do want to talk about the games that happened yesterday, or the championship round. I was right. I predicted right. The teams that are going to the Super Bowl, and you could go back and look at my videos. I've been saying this since the playoffs first started. I said this Super Bowl was going to be against the Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs, and by golly, that's what happened. I knew that the Bills, were playing good this season in general. The Browns are playing good this year, but I knew that at the end of it, man, it was going to be the strongest that survived. Tom Brady, um, the strongest quarterback, Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes. Now, Tom Brady already has 6 Super Bowls. He has them all with the Patriots. He comes over to the Buccaneers. He brings his guy Rob Gronkowski with him. They bring Antonio Brown, but Antonio Brown didn't play in this game. But if Antonio Brown's knee heals up, he's going to be playing in that Super Bowl. So the Buccaneers definitely have a good chance of going toe to toe with Kansas City. This is going to be a really good Super Bowl. It's going to be the first Super Bowl ever that a team is playing in their own home turf, which is going to be crazy. And of course, Tom Brady beats all those records. He gets all those records. He gets to be the first quarterback to play in his own home stadium for the Super Bowl with on his second team in the league. Wow, Tom Brady. I mean, you could say what you want about the game. I know, some people there were some questionable calls or whatever. Um, you know, some of the refs may just like Tom Brady or he. I don't know. I don't know. But you can question certain things here and there. But it was still a good game. It was a lot of interceptions being thrown because they were trying to make plays. But it was a good game, and I think the Super Bowl is going to go the same way. But just know, I called that. I called it. I said it was going to be those two teams, and that's what it was. I should have. I'm not a better, but I should have put some money on it. I should have because I could have got some money, but I didn't bet on it. But it is what it is. So I'm doing a couple of these series or whatever for the Cowboys' top picks for the offseason. And I'm talking about free agents and stuff like that. Not I'll get into the draft picks later. Um, but yeah, I'm doing a series on Cowboys needs. We need defensive tackle. We need linebacker. We need safety, cornerback, and offensive line. Well, primarily tackle. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna do a series on those positions of need. So here we go. So we're gonna go with the defensive tackles today. So these are some guys that are coming up in free agency. But some of these guys might not be available because some of their teams might re-sign them because some of these guys are first year, um, second level contracts, meaning like they're still on their rookie deal. So their teams might re-sign them. So, but it's still good to talk about. Who knows? You never know. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is obviously he's going to the Super Bowl, and Dominican Sue. he'll be 34 years old by the time next season starts. He's not the same guy he was with the Lions, and I can say that in two ways. He's not crazy and dirty like he was before, and he's also like not as effective as he was before. But he is, even though they minimize his snap count, he still had 788 snaps this season, not including the playoffs. He had 50 pressures and 25 defensive stops. So not bad for a guy that's a rotational player. But he's definitely a big one technique. He can be good for the Cowboys. And I think that at this stage in his career, since he's 34, is probably be his last contract. You could probably get him for a cheap little 1 year deal, kind of something similar that you did to Gerald McCoy. Even though I still want Gerald McCoy to come back for the three tech spot. So the next one is Jonathan Hankins. You probably remember his name when he used to play for the Giants, but right now he's with the Las Vegas Raiders. He's 6'3", 340 pounds. He's a one tech himself. He's a pure run stopper. He's not great at the pass rush, but at one technique you don't need them to be. You just need them to do one thing: clog and contain and stop that run. That's all they need. That's all they need to do. Um, so Jonathan Hankins is an option there. Then we have Sheldon Rankins, former first round draft pick. He's currently still with the New Orleans Saints. 6'2", 305. He's 26 years old. He's a pass rusher and a run stopper. He can do both. Only thing about him though, he's kind of a risky pick though because he's had a couple of injury. He had the last 2 seasons he's had the injury bug. So you kind of don't want a guy technically that's going to be injured or a risk of that because you don't want to waste money. You want to bring in free agents that you know that have a good history of being on the field. You know what I mean? We know that injuries are inevitable. They happen. You can't trace that. It is what it is. If they get injured, they get injured. You just got to deal with it. Just like with Gerald McCoy last year, shit happens. But I think that he'd be a good choice, but his price might be a little too high. We'll see how that goes. And then again, New Orleans might sign him back again. So the next one is Poona Ford. Poona Ford, Seattle. That fit perfect because we got Dan Quinn. Getting a Seattle guy is always a good thing. But I don't believe that he was there though when Dan Quinn was there though, because I think he's still like a younger guy, I believe. But anyway, he's 5'11", 310. He's a one tech and definitely a run stopper as well. But you look at his size though. He's like an Aaron Donald type of height, so he's a little shorter, but he's definitely a guy that could get up in there and provide rush for you. He's 310 and he's had 18 run stops this past season. Rotational guy as well with Seattle. So the Seattle, what they do with their front, they do a lot of rotating. The way they do their front is kind of like how Marinelli did when he was with the Cowboys, with his defensive front. He would rotate these guys in and out, and which I think that Dan Quinn is going to do the same. So if you're gonna get an older guy like Sue, it's perfect because he's going to be rotational anyway. So that means they're going to have to re-sign Antoine Woods. We know that Tristan Hill's coming back, and then you got Bradley and Nye still. They need to give him an opportunity to play, period, and Neville Gallimore as well. So you get a healthy rotation of these guys, and you get maybe like 2 defensive tackles that come in free agency, or maybe you could get one in the draft. I know in this draft though, it's not really much of defensive tackle. You might find 1, maybe 2 really good defensive tackles, but it's not really much there. It's going to be guys that you're going to have to develop and probably won't really do anything for you till down the road. So it's probably best of the Cowboys. If they want immediate success in that area, they're probably going to have to get a guy in free agency. And this is why I'm doing the video on that. The next one is Dalvin Tomlinson, former second round pick. He's 6'3", 312, New York Giants. He's a stud against the run. We've seen him play going against the Giants twice a year. You look at him there, he's always there. You always see Tomlinson, and he's always there. Relentless. Motor is always on. He never gives up on the play, and he's going to try to fight and get to that running back or the quarterback as well. Next one is Shelby Harris, 6'3", 300 pounds. He plays for Denver currently. He'll be 30 years old by the time next season starts. He is more of a 3-tech though, in my opinion. His price might be a little high too, but we'll see. He reminds me of like a better Tyrone Crawford. So think of Tyrone Crawford because he could play in and 3 technique. So that's the only comparison to Tyrone Crawford is that like Tyrone Crawford, he could be on the end or he could be a 3 technique. So I think that's the only similarity, but he's definitely a better Tyrone Crawford. He's decent at the pass rush, but he's definitely stout against the run. Like I said, you can play him in the three tech spot. So if they do want to get a guy that's a three tech, if the price is right, they could get him too. If they don't get Gerald McCoy, but I think that they'll probably go with Gerald McCoy again because he's going to be available for the Cowboys and they'll have first dibs on him anyway. So that'll probably be the route that they go to. Probably not Shelby Harris, but I put his name on there only because he's going to be one of the guys available, and I think that he's a good three tech as well. So he can help this team, and all of these guys, if they were to come to the team, definitely can help in a better way than what we already have. The last one I have is Leonard Williams. He's probably going to command 200, not 200, 20 mil, upwards of 20 mil. So he probably won't be an option for the Dallas Cowboys because they're not going to pay that much for a defensive tackle. They're looking for bargain bin type of prices for these defensive tackles because, again, for a veteran, you don't want to pay that much money. But even though he's only 27 years old, this is, I think, the contract that he wants to get that money with. So with him, it being his second contract, he's a B and C gap defender. So again, we're talking about one tech, three tech. He can pretty much, Leonard Williams could play all around that line. And I think that his versatility is probably the reason why he's going to command that much. So that's what I look at with Leonard Williams. And with Leonard Williams being that versatile, he's probably going to command that much money. So he may not be an option for you. But we'll see how everything goes. I mean, the Giants definitely have good defenders. We know Washington has good defenders. So it's time for the Cowboys to bolster what they already have. I mean, we have pretty good ends. We just need that inside because we've been gashed all season under Mike Nolan's control in that running game, just being embarrassed, being run on all day. And we can no longer do that. We have to get better at the run, and they got to stop with that BS. Got to stop with it. So if they get better at the run, period, I think that this will help this team win more games. It help the offense as well because we know with Dak Prescott, this offense is going to play well. We know that you're getting Blake Jarwin back and getting Dak back and getting Tyron Smith and Lyle Collins back. Getting all these guys back is definitely going to help that offense, but the defense as well. The defense we just provide some pieces and just fix little areas that we have problems with, like with the run, with the run defending and things of that nature. I think that it helped the back end as well, because you look at like a young guy like Trayvon Diggs, he's only going to get better. You look at a young guy like Donovan Wilson, he's only going to get better. So we do have positions of need, and I'll be talking more about those in the next videos as well. So look out for these. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real, y'all. Hey, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get this content. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon.